absolutely crucial, because without the means, you'll never get to the end. But if you spend all your time getting bogged down studying the means, you'll still never get to the end. The end of showing people that Jesus loves them. The end of getting to know God better. I think someone said it before, but when I was preparing for today, God said something to me that pretty much sums it up. And if you take nothing else away from today, please remember this. In 100 years' time, pretty much everything you know will be forgotten, and everything you've done will be remembered. That knowledge in your head won't be there anymore. It'll be gone. If you passed it on, then that's something that you've done. Florence Nightingale, born 12th of May 1820, died 13th of August 1910. On the 7th of February 1837, not long before her 17th birthday, something happened that would change her life. God spoke to me, she wrote, and called me to his service. Nobody really cares what knowledge Florence Nightingale had about the medical profession. They care about what she did with injured soldiers. If you spend 5 hours studying the lexicon of the Bible and never speak to God in that time, what's the point? If you memorise every iota of Christian theology and don't apply it to your life, where's the use? If you stand at a street corner and shout about how everyone's going to hell and never actually connect with anyone, no one's going to listen to you. Nobody wants to hear about an academic God with an academic threat of an academic hell. People are relational, first and foremost, and we are created in his image, as it says in Genesis 1:27. In a way, we should call this New Study Community, because the community aspect is so much more important. It's not about me imparting my knowledge onto your computer screen. It's about us all sharing together so that we can all add to the mosaic that makes up our combined understanding of God. If you sit at home and download these studies or watch them on YouTube and save them on your memory stick and print them off and put them in a folder somewhere, then yeah, hopefully you'll get something out of them. I really hope you'll get something out of them. But it will only be a fraction of what you could get. I sat for 3 hours preparing last month's sample study. I read the Bible, which helps. I thought about what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. I prayed, I looked at Greek and Hebrew dictionaries, a topical Bible, a concordance, and at the end of all that, yeah, I get something out of it. And yeah, there were things that I took away from the last one as well, but the biggest thing I took away was actually what I talked about at the beginning, Darren's question about how important is a pastor. Because we communicated. I'm outside Glasgow, Darren's in Ireland, but still, we put our thoughts together, and based on his question, I learned something more than I had from any of the study that I'd done previously. I learned something I wouldn't have learned alone. That's why I'm so excited about New Study Church. It's so special, because in exactly the same way as when you have your quiet times and you read your Bible and you get to know God better by following it up in a time of prayer, these studies actually pave the way to the next step, learning together. So read these studies, watch them online and think about them. Email me and the rest of the team with your thoughts, put them on the forum and chat about them, speak to other readers about them, speak to people who aren't readers about them, and make it sociable. That is one of the biggest failings of church as it exists today in many places. Not all of them, but a lot of them. A community of believers isn't about one person standing up, blabbing on about a bunch of facts for half an hour and you going home again, spirit-filled. How inspiring is that? It's about discussion. It's about corporate study. About agreeing on things and, more interestingly, disagreeing on things. Because when somebody challenges you and throws something up, asks you a question, a different idea, a different viewpoint, a different angle, like Darren did this week at challenging me about our validity without a pastor, that's when you really have to think about what you've said and what you think. And I hope this hasn't been too confusing. I've explained it the very best way I can, and I would really encourage you to take this week's midweek study of the internet to glance over the questions on your own, but then answer them and discuss them with somebody else. And please, please don't do it alone. Make it sociable. Go on to the forum and speak to other people about it. Don't make it an academic exercise. The Bible is a gift from God. He's given it to you to read and to study. Of course it has. but there isn't an entrance exam to get into heaven. He doesn't want you to recite it back to him or win the Friday night quiz at the Angel's Arms or whatever the heavenly pubs are called. He wants you to get to know him better, because the Bible is a love story about the Father wanting a relationship with his children. Don't let academia be just another task, just another barrier that stops you from getting to know the tutor. Stop studying the map that points to God and start following it, because only through a combination of reading and studying and fervently delving into the meaning of the map and its keys and following it will you reach